my beautiful divas and dudes. Princess Crest here with the look of the day. Let me try to get my hair on my face. For the look that I used today, I used several palettes. I used my Eyes e.l.f. palette. Actually, I used this color. Let me open it. Do not do that. Sorry, my dog has just been wild today. I gotta find something for her to do while I'm filming. This color right here is what I used right on the upper crease, and for the highlight, it's all the way up here. I used these two shades, this one and this one. And as always, for the wing look, the wing outer look, that's enough light, I use the black right here. So hold on, it's not going to take that long. I'm just telling them what I did. Okay. Sorry, you dog people don't understand. And I also used my Kleancolor color Decoder palette that I got from my beauty supply store. And here's the, I dropped it on the floor and I dropped the, let's see, I dropped the black, but it's still fairly good. I dropped it and got it all over my dog and me too. But also I used the black and I used the gray, that grayish color. See, some of it's damaged, but it's still fairly good. And like I said, the black, I need to use something to point. This black, this gray, all up in here. The gray is right along in here, and the black right there, and the blue, I used this color. I'm pointing to this right here. I'm talking to myself. That's part of when you get older and you have kids. But you know, I've done other look of the days with the colors, but I noticed I haven't told you exactly what colors I use, which would help, because you see some reviews and you're like, well, I'd like to know what colors she actually used to get that look. And I think the one where I had the blonde wig on and I was telling you about my channel updates, I used these purple colors right here, and I like how it's got them all separated so you can, and it's together, so you'll know right off the bat, oh, I can use these colors together. So I might do some reviews later on with the different color combinations, and probably the yellows, because I've done a lot of green. Green and blue seems to be some of my favorite colors. And for my lashes that I have on, I use the Kiss. You can tell I always trim them too, because my eyes are smaller than these false eyelashes. I use the Kiss Eye Envy in All Natural. And what I like about the Kiss containers is I can take my lash adhesive. Now this is all messed up. I know you're gonna look to see how dirty it is. It's got like a little tray, and you can actually store your lash adhesive in here. I use the LashGrip lash adhesive, and I always use a freshly packaged in the plastic. See, I've used this today. Toothpick. It helps you make an accurate line along the lash, right along the edge where you apply your lashes, where you apply the glue. You just take the tip of it and go along the very end. Let me take this out. Okay, the lash. I take the glue and I just go along the very tip, right along there, and that way you don't have a whole gob of glue, which I learned from experience to get my eyelashes all gummed up. You don't have a whole gob of mess on your eyes, because sometimes even with the regular adhesive you have to use an eye makeup remover. I don't know what other brand cleansers that you like to use, but I use the Avon eye makeup remover, and I've got sensitive eyes, so it does good on me. Alright, next I'm going to show you, I use a combination of things. I get kind of bored and I just want to use everything that I can. Let's see, I've got all my stuff in here. And for my bottom lashes, I use two mascaras. I use the Rimmel Extra Super Lash, and I use the Dior Extase. I think that's Extase. I think that's how you pronounce it. The Diorshow on my bottom lashes, because it really gives a pop. You can actually use the Dior by itself because it's so thickening and lengthening all in one. And the brush, I'll show you the brush. I got it all. This is a sample I got from a Birchbox. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was the Gossip Girl box. But anyway, I'm trying to get that, show that to you. It's like waves. Instead of the straight. I don't know, maybe that helps with the application. For my lips, I used this is Sally Hansen Diamond Lip Treatment. And I think that says Cognac. And it's got a brush for the applicator, which is different. I've seen a lot of sponges. You just have to wait, honey. Hold on, alright? For my lip color, this is a really matte color. It's not really moisturizing. I used 902C. This is MegaLast from Wet n Wild. I use that for my lip color. And the lip liner, this lasts so long, and the color is so great. This is the Wet n Wild. I don't know if it'll come up because I've used it so many times. Yeah, there it is. The Wet n Wild lip liner in Chesnut. And I think that's about all. And I said in my earlier video that I used the LipInfusion, and I just used a dab of that on the bottom. And all these lip plumpers seem to have it's a tingly feel to it, and if you're real sensitive, I suggest using a little bit until you're sure how it's going to react. But I just use a tad. And the fact I like about that, it's like a gloss. It's not like a treatment where you can't add anything else to it. In my last video that I did was for, what did I just do? Oh, for the wig that I got on. I didn't mention the color. I always use my Wet n Wild. Not always, I'm saying. For the red lip look, I used the Wet n Wild in the Real Red. That was for my last video for this wig. And the Avon, very bright red. So I'm trying to get it. See how red it is? And I used that in my last video for the wig. This is Ultra Color Rich and Rich Ruby. I can't ever get my hand to do right. Try using this hand. Turn it. Rich Ruby. And that's a matte. These two lipsticks seem to have a matte finish to them, so gloss is a plus when you're using those. I think that's all I used. Well, for my foundation, if I get any requests, I'll let you see how I get ready for. Maybe I'll do a get ready with me video because everybody else has done one. With the concealers that I use the Black Opal Fade and Conceal and Toast. And you see I've used this a lot. It's got a little sponge applicator to it. I love this stuff. And like for the under the arches, for my brows. I use the Avon concealer. Gosh, I can see it's deep. And it is a really light beigey kind of color. Avon's got some good makeup too. But you know, like I said, if I get any requests, I will be glad to let you know exactly what products I use. For my brows, I use the L'Oreal Colorist brow pencil, and this is fairly old. It comes with a little brush on top, which is very handy with the eye pencil, and it's in mocha. It also has a shadow at the end, which is pretty handy. I like things that's like 2 in 1, so that way you can get a lot of stuff done. And primer for my eyes, always the e.l.f. eye primer and liner sealer. The liner sealer actually is liquid that you can use any eyeshadow, and it's like adheres to the eyeshadow, so you can use it as a liner if you want. The primer, which I use, is generic color, I'd say. Well, I don't know. There's some brands that now have different color primers for your eyes and for your face and all that stuff. So much stuff you could just about get confused. That's why it takes so long to go makeup shopping. And the eyeliner that I use under my eyes is the Avon Ultra Luxury in black. And this stuff, it'll last. It'll last through crying and sweating and everything else. L'Oreal Eye Smoker in indigo. I started out with this. I always do my liners. It's a nice creamy line and shadow pencil crayon. You can line it, put your eyeshadow on, and it adheres to it. Adheres. Alright, for my lid color, I use my Profusion palette that I did the review on earlier. And I used both of these. The golden and the really light golden. And I also used the grays, the bluish grays. Trying to see. These 2 bluish grays. But this is a handy little palette, and there's a bigger one. If I can get my hands on the bigger one, I'll get that one. But it's lovely. Cute. I just like to keep the plastic on, because that way it keeps the colors and the eyeshadow intact, so maybe if you drop it, it won't break. And for another tip, I've got everything in here. I've had to change makeup bags because I got so much that I use. The e.l.f. Complete Coverage Concealer. I use this for my shading, contouring, also for highlighting. Because if the colors are light enough for your skin, you can use it for a highlight, like along the cheekbones, on the top. Let me get this little cover off. I use the light, very light color right along here. And use the brush right along here. It slams your nose. And I also use the, oh pity wait, my dog is having a fit, the dark color right here, and I use that right along here. And a lot of the concealers and things, you have to blend them really good, because if you don't, you'll end up with a streaky mess. And I use the Avon, see I'm out, Ideal Flawless Invisible Coverage Liquid Foundation, and that's in a caramel, whatever you want to call it. But that's my look of the day.